Damn, sure.
Uh-oh. We're going live. What's up, my brother? When this come on, and we don't own the rights, but we're gonna play it because we love the song. But this one starts the day off correctly. You ever in the car,
Bruh.
you on your way to work, you on your way to do whatever it is you're doing, and you hear this come on. I don't know how you stay in your car. I know about halfway through, I'm out the window. But it's crazy, Mark, that this song still resonates, man.
It does, bro.
It's made so many years ago, and what he was saying, it could have came out today, and it has still been a hit. But this is one of the songs I think I could sing on, Mark.
Bro, all you gotta do is try, brother. All you gotta do is try. Hey.
Make results, not excuses. Please go to make results, not excuses. Make results, not excuses. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. We ain't making no excuses, baby.
No,
when the lights go out, we cutting them back on.
Hey, we got a special one today, brother.
Let it be. Oh, yeah. We got a good one in store for you. Two of the most powerful people I've ever come across in my life, man.
Yes,
some of the most selfless people in the world. You got to be a special kind of person, man. I was a knucklehead, man. They still showed me love, Mark. They still treated me like I was one of their own. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good, bro. Hey, it's another beautiful day, man. God woke us up, so we here, man. We blessed with another 24, man.
Yeah, and behind the scenes, 2 weeks in a row. You know what I'm saying? Computers dying and
I ain't gonna tell you, hold on. But good thing, shout out to my bro Billy D, man, Bill Dutrell. I'm sitting down here and I got this light on my tablet, right? So I'm like, they can't see Bill. Meanwhile, I got the light covering up the camera.
Yeah, man. So listen, we still learning. The production is the production, and we still learning every week. Just know we're gonna try to get better and better every week with this. But listen, my brother, it's Thursday, another episode of When the Lights Go Out, man. We trying to give flowers, we're trying to learn something. Trying to bring you people who could possibly put some of mama's cooking in your life. Shout out to Kwame Brown. Put some mama's cooking in your life. That's what we try to do. And before I knew it was mama's cooking, they've been doing that with us, man. They've been sprinkling us with seasoning, giving us game that we can carry on for the rest of our lives. But yeah, so listen, how your week been, brother?
Good, man. No complaints, man. The kids are doing well, man. They wrapping up school, so making sure their grades is right. Both of them doing well in school, man. So even Sally was like, I want to talk to Mr. Flex. I said, we'll see him at the end of the show, buddy.
That's my guy, man. Shout out to all the kids who graduating from high school, college, man. We're proud of you, but just know the work just starting, man. So don't just sit on don't sit on that high school diploma and think that that's the end all be all, man. Strive for more, go get more, go want more, go do more. We got this platform. If you need any questions, ask, man. Closed mouth don't get fat. You know how it goes,
man.
But yeah, shout out to all the graduates. It's been a pretty interesting week in sports, man. We've had, the playoffs are going on. There's been some incidents, and we talk sports, but we talk about some of the stuff that is behind the scenes in sports. And there's been some racial things going on, some people who coming up out of COVID, and I guess they trying to express themselves too, man. But all of these points, they're learning points. It's sad that a lot of these people are, the athletes are going through some of the stuff they're going through with people who don't know how to act. You want to pay for a ticket, but then get to a place and act a fool, man. So what's your thoughts on some of the stuff that's been going on this week?
Well, you know what? It's with all the cameras, the eye in the sky is even bigger now, man. So, just to use Bill Russell for example, man. Bill Russell went through it. All them older guys back in the 60s, man. A lot of them guys weren't even able to stay in the same hotel as their teammates, man. So I can only imagine you know, what they had to go through. You know, just like from the story with the guy from Syracuse, the running back before Jim Brown, that movie when he was, you know, the stuff that he had to deal with, even playing in like West Virginia, you know, he was getting stuff thrown on him back in those days. So it's just, you know, now the eye in the sky's everywhere. You can't get away with it, bro. We're popcorn to spit on and everything, man. But we know what it is. We've been through it. Fletch, we done played in some games that we done been called some names and spit on as well, man. So, you know, it's just
we've been to some places. We've been to some places. North Allegheny, Fox Chapel. We don't hold no punches on this show.
Seneca Valley.
Yes. Who Valley? Seneca Valley?
Listen, the biggest thing that I ever went through, man, Seneca Valley, this is true story. Now, this is in 98, 99. We come out the locker room and they got they're just basic kids, students, got T-shirts with our numbers on them and our names on the back of the T-shirt, and they were in blackface. Yeah. So you know that's how it goes.
And people will act accordingly a lot of times, but then we know what happens behind the scene, man. But listen, these are some of the things that we have to teach our young people to look out for, man, and watch out for and prepare for, and have the necessary skills, conflict resolutions to deal with this. And you know, a lot of this stuff, you know, people are speaking more on mental health issues now, which is a good thing. But we will stress that point as we continue along, because a lot of this stuff is people with mental health issues going unchecked, not getting the proper help, and then, you know, getting thrown out into society. I mean, because the crazy thing is they'll ban you from the arena, but then you still got to go out into society and deal with people. So, you know, it's crazy. We are in tune. We're watching. You know, our antennas are up. So, you know, we're not gonna let anything get past us. Shout out to my grandmother. Where's my grandmother?
I seen the Facebook post, man.
Yeah, shout out to my grandma. She's been going through a lot, man. It's her 79th birthday show. Shout out to Lois Buford, man. That's a throwback name, man. That's Lois, man. Lois Buford, man. Yeah. 79 years old, man. So shout out to my grandmother.
Shout out to her, man.
But listen, Mark, we got two people who, for me and you and a lot of other people, they were just magical, man. They were a light. They brought energy. They brought knowledge. They brought self-pride. I told them behind the scenes when I used to see him just walk up on the scene, and he's 6 foot. At the time, it looked like 6'10".
He was
it looked like it was 6'10". When you 10, 11, 12 years old, 13.
His dress shoe was longer than he was just a giant. And he was all, you know what I mean? He was just a giant to us, man. But he was really a giant. Like, when we say giant, he was a giant, man.
His stature, his persona, his aura was bigger than his stature. He was an amazing person. And he let you know what I'm saying? That deep voice, the calming presence.
That's
small. Not up and down. So I learned that, man, that like to be even keel. He's an amazing man. You know, worked at Pitt, or first Oklahoma State, then University of Pitt, and then Alabama State. And when he was at Pitt, we were lucky enough, being from Pittsburgh, that, you know, his reach pulled us in. You know, we were able to play basketball with Orlando Antiguas, Chris Horns, some of the guys. And you know, sad news, and I'm gonna let him give the info when we bring him up front. But he was just an amazing man. He was an amazing person. He did a lot for us, showed us that there was more than just Rankin, Braddock, 15104, Pittsburgh. You could reach out across the world. So without further ado, one of my favorite people in the entire world. He showed us what a real man looks like, what a real man sounds like. So without further ado, our favorite, we love you, Mr. Dr. Ron Brown.
Look at him. They're gonna smile. They're gonna smile.
Look at the smile, boy. Still worth $1 million.
And I bet you, and I'm guaranteeing you, if he had worked there or he stepped out, he was in the 5-piece suit.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, man.
How you guys doing, man?
What's up, Dr. Brown?
Hey, it's great to be here, man. I love this. I love this forum. I got an opportunity to watch you guys with a couple of my other guys early on, and big demand.
Boy.
He's on the screen. Look on the screen right there.
What's up? Yeah, I had him out of Pitt, man. He's one of the local guys that came out there and spent some time with us. And just awesome dude, man.
Yep.
Yes, he is. He's an amazing guy. You know, he was one of our rivals, but when you put the shoulder pads and the helmets down, you understand that he's an amazing man, and what he's doing, you know, we support the big fella 100% because he's been on the show, and we thank him very much. And it's just it feels so good, Mr. Brown, to see your face. I don't know if you really know. I got the chills going on right now, like just to see that big $1 million smile. It feels really, really good.
You know, you guys had a special place in our hearts. You know, we had an opportunity to get out into the community and do some things with some young people. You know, one of the things that I know when I first got to Pittsburgh, I was driving down Penn Avenue, and I drove the stretch from Lawrenceville on up through Wilkinsburg, and I kept looking around. I kept seeing all these kids standing around on the corners. You know, there might be a basketball court or something like that out there, but kids were just kind of just hanging out. And I was like, well, what else are they doing? You know, what else do they have to do? Where are they going? What's going to happen to them if we don't? Where are the adults? What's going on? And as I asked myself those questions, interestingly enough, my wife was working out at the Woodland Hills School District, and she's like, we got all of these kids, and we've got to do some things out here at this school district that's never been done before, and I need your help.
Nice.
And I was like, well, does it involve our community? And she's like, definitely. I was like, okay, I'm in. And from there, that's where it just kind of took off.
Wow. Listen, it's simple as that, man. A conversation, wife comes home and says, I need your support because there's some little big head kids named Del Rico Marcus out here.
I think she did mention your name,
and we got to get them some help. And you was with it. And look, boy, Mark, boy, you got, man, listen. You got
and we need
if she say this is what I want, guess what?
Oh, she getting it.
She get it. Now listen, so everybody's hearing her name. Everybody knows who she is. A lot of us probably haven't seen the face in a while. I haven't talked to her in a while. She was the first one who taught me how to sneak candy into the movie theater. She was the first one, but she used to show us so much love, so much support, so much guidance, so much tough love. When you was wrong, she let you know you was wrong, but she loved you back till you got right. And so this woman's amazing. She's done so much for all of us. So without further ado, I mean, if I had the bells and whistles, you know, I'll ring them, I'll blow them, woo! Because she's an amazing woman. Yes, Miss Queen K. Brown. What's up, Miss Brown? Teaching me how to sneak candy in the movie theater. You gotta hit your unmute button, Miss Brown.
You muted.
Oh, do I have to unmute myself?
There you go. There you go.
Oh, you know what, y'all? You almost got me crying here, but I'm gonna try to hold the tears. Okay, I'm gonna try. But you know, you were saying that you were talking about I needed to bring my husband out here for these big head boys. You guys were the best. You know, the young people out in Woodland Hills School District, I loved all of you. You know, you were the best. And, you know, you can only, here I am getting emotional. I don't even want to talk anymore.
Come on now, don't do that to us.
But I had a mandate, and if it wasn't for your parents, I think what did it for me was your parents getting behind me and then ensuring that they had my back, to have your back. And the song that you just played, that was the song that I played from the administration building at Woodland Hills School District to get the African American parents to a PTA meeting, because they were always saying we don't have a lot of representation of African American parents. I'm like, well, what? Have you gone door to door, knocked on the doors? Have you called? I put that song that you were playing, Del Rico, on an audio, and it dialed all the African American parents' phone numbers. Okay.
Wow.
Wake up, everybody. That's what the song was. And then there I was with my little announcement and stuff, And lo and behold, there were over 100 and something, more than 100 parents at the next PTA meeting. And from then on, they were all there. So we knew that the parents cared. We knew that there was a great group of young people out in the Woodland Hills School District. It was nobody tapping on that. You know what I mean? But I enjoyed my years there at Woodland Hills School District, even though it was a court mandated position for me to come out there. I'm all the better for being there and for meeting wonderful people as yourself. I saw Mike Cobb's name go across. I saw Dave. I saw Ben's name go across the screen here a while ago. I saw Joycelyn Keys, who, Joycelyn, that's my girl. That's my girl. She turned out to be, can I call her a beast?
Yes,
in the youth department area, and she was always caring about young people. And then I saw some more people. Corey Thomas, Lord Jesus. I saw Corey Thomas's name go across the screen. Hi, Corey. And then my daughters. My daughters were supporting us. Tara K Brown, and then there was Mia, and then my granddaughters out there who just graduated. Tamia Coleman just graduated from Lincoln University, and she's doing great.
Congratulations to Mia. Congratulations. LU.
I know. She also has type in to Mia the name of your organization. Young Kings and Queens or something, and they doing all this grand stuff with all these young adults here in Pittsburgh. She's written a book with her. I'm like, this is my granddaughter, y'all, and we're just so proud and we're just so happy, and I just can't thank you enough for just letting me come on here. Now I'm gonna shut up.
That's just a true testament to you, Miss Brown. That's just a true testament to you and Mr. Brown. I mean, I can just remember, you guys, not only you were feeding us, you were taking us on trips. I remember going to a Knicks game and meeting John Starks and Charles Oakley, and then taking us.
I seen the Bulls and the Cavaliers play.
They were taking us places. That we thought the only way we would see it if we was actually playing the game. So those things that you exposed us to was letting us, young black kids know to say, hey, you can do this too. Not can you play, but you can actually go see a game. And we was actually a lot of times that was probably the first time that a kid actually got outside their neighborhood. So
yes,
so that was huge. That was huge. That was in the 90s, y'all. So we talking many moons ago, and they were doing things that a lot of us. I work with the children, and Del Rico worked with the children. Y'all were doing this stuff years ago. So we love y'all, man. We when me and Del Rico talked about this, who was coming on the show, he was like, man, I got Mr. and Mrs. Brown. I said, oh, that's gonna be electrifying, cause
hey, and I said it like I had the president coming on the show, man. I said it like, boy, I said, Mark, boy, you don't know who I got coming on the show, boy.
Yes,
I
indeed.
sat back, crossed my legs. I said, man, Mr. Brown and Mrs. Brown. And I felt the energy through the phone because all of the memories, all of the stuff, all of the late nights at Rankin School, all of the late nights going on these trips, all of the late nights, because I was not old enough, but Mr. Brown used to take me down to Trees Hall to go play basketball with some guys who were real basketball players. And I was only 11 years old. So to be able to see that coming from the Palisades, it's like there's more out there for you. And to this day, I'm so thankful. I'm so appreciative. I could come up with a million words.
Oh, wow.
But just to see you guys' face and say thank you, because it's not coming from just me. No. Like we talk behind the scenes. Calvin Brooks, I hope he comes in. If y'all see Tad out there, tell him to pop on, man, because I know he'll be hyped to see you two guys' faces. And there's a lot more. If these two beautiful people have touched your life, man, in any way, man, please give us the thumbs up, man. Send the thumbs up in the comments on YouTube, on Facebook. If these two beautiful people have touched you in any way, shape, or form, man, hit us with the thumbs up, man. Give us the thumbs up, man.
Hey, I seen Joycelyn Key. Speaking of Joycelyn, shout out to Joycelyn. Joycelyn is now, well, she has been for the last few years. She's the executive director of the YMCA of Charlotte, down there in Charlotte. So, the executive director of the YMCA of Charlotte, Joyce, not only that my people, my next door neighbor, that's my big sister.
Yeah.
I'll let that be another story, but we'll be reaching out to you, Joyce. We love you.
Yeah.
You know, we used to, one of the things that I think I got the biggest thrill out of was getting our college athletes to come.
Yes.
Out into the community. We didn't call it community service. I call it giving back and making sure that they paid it forward because they had some rare opportunities. I mean, I was thinking today, knowing that we would come on the show, got some news that Eric Mobley, one of the former Pitt athletes that was on the roster when I first got here, we used to bring him out and to the community, and found out today that he passed at the age of 51 from cancer.
Rest in peace, Mo, man.
When I was talking about going out into the community, he was one of the first people that stepped up and said, "I'll go, Doc. Let me go. I want to get out there and help some kids." So we went throughout the middle schools and the high schools and the city of Pittsburgh public schools, and then we actually got involved in doing some things in the summer, and they loved it. It was they were doing it for nothing. There was no pay, wasn't anything extra benefits, anything like that. It was just them giving. And I think of Jerry McCullough, I think, Brandon Knight, and some of these guys that really are doing some things now. But going back, I look at you guys and the community of athletes, young people that got those opportunities to go to college, get a scholarship. And do something with your lives, and the impressions that you're making now is huge. We actually got an opportunity to recruit some athletes to the University of Pittsburgh from right out there in the community, and the difference that they made on the football field. And I thought we were gonna get you, Del Rico, but you were big time. You could have gone either way. And
now I'll tell you, I'll be honest. I'll share a story with you. At the time, Johnny Majors he got fired, and there was like that law period that Pitt didn't have a coach, and then they brought in Walt Harris.
Yeah,
and he came to my house. I gotta respect him. I had moved to Braddock, and he sat with my mom and everything. But at the time, with all the craziness going on in Pittsburgh and some of my friends going through some of the stuff they was going through, I was trying to leave the city. There was
I can certainly understand that.
Yeah, there was no doubt about it. I mean, I just always wanted more. Having conversations with families like you guys, to show me and teach me that there's much more to Pittsburgh. I wanted to see it. I wanted to see it all. So, y'all taking us to these places and to Detroit, Cleveland, some of the HBCUs. I mean, we did a little bit of traveling to be somebody who was young with no money. We did a little traveling. So I got to thank y'all there too, because I ain't had no money, and y'all took care of all of us, man. So,
Raymar.
And we're
Raymar,
guys on the Detroit
I
trip.
know, Raymar.
Yes.
On that trip, we seen Randy Moss play against Barry Sanders. That was amazing.
Yep.
I was there, Mr. Brown. I was there, baby. I was there.
Listen, and there's so many of us who got stories like that, and I hope that more and more people pop in and keep commenting, because what you've done, what you showed, what you taught, it's just priceless. I mean, you could tell by the comments that people are still excited to see you, still get that kind of chill when it was good people that you've been around, that you've been exposed to. Miss Brown, she wouldn't let you take no shorts. We was with that homework thing. You got to do your homework, Dalrico, with that southern, that Midwest Southern accent drawl. Yeah, you got to do that work, Dalrico.
You want to let you out that music room. You want to get out that music room.
That's right.
God.
Remember, I made y'all bring your paperwork. If you did your homework already, you had to have a signed a signature from your parent. Now I know a lot of you guys signed your own though.
That was cool.
Come on, Miss Brown. We was taking them back home. We was getting them signed, Miss Brown.
Hey, whoever had the best signature in there was, hey, yo, you got a real nice cursive. Let me get that.
You signing, look, that's how slow we are. One person signing for everybody.
All the S's look the same.
Oh my goodness. Hey, but you know what? You guys were a great group of young people. And I'm telling you, I enjoyed myself at Woodland Hills School District. I really did. Look at Dion. Dion's out there. Raymar. Oh, wow. It's just awesome. And
hey, Miss Brown,
I'm still nervous. Okay.
Miss Brown, on the screen, you see Queen Lee Mama Joe. That's my mom, Miss Brown.
He was. Yes. He was. This is your mother?
That's my mother, Miss.
Okay, I've been praying for you, Miss Queen.
She's still there, Miss Brown, like she was. She's still supportive. She's still.
Yes, I'm telling you, all of your parents were. And you know, Dr. Berkeley. I take Dr. Berkeley. Dr. Berkeley would come down sometimes and make sure if the gym wasn't open, he'd come down there with us, you know? Yeah, so we had lots of support from the family, from the parents. Joycelyn Key's mother was always so encouraging and always there for us. And I just enjoyed the camaraderie of support that we had in especially in that area right there, right? And I would do it all over again. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me give some context to her role and the time that she was there, because I think it's important to understand the context. Woodland Hills had been placed under court order to desegregate, integrate, merge all the schools, and there was a mandate to ensure diversity and inclusion. And that ain't what they call it at the time, but the idea was to make sure that the Black students were given the same opportunities as the white students, and that, you know, they were going to try to make these schools work and have you guys work together. Well, you're being exposed to some teachers and some schools that had never had Black kids in them before. You were exposed to sports programs. You were exposed to music programs. You were exposed to academic curriculum where you had no experience with it because you hadn't been exposed to it. And so as you were being exposed to it, the idea was, well, they're not going to meet the standard, number one. Number two, you know, there's no buy-in from the parents and the families and the community itself. How are they going to get to where they need to go? Kay's job and role and responsibility was to ensure that integration took place. Right. And anybody she saw that the district was coming up short, she came up with those creative measures and means to help to integrate and to expose you guys to those opportunities and help you to understand they were yours. You had to take advantage of it, and you had to meet the standard in order to be accepted. So there were no shortcuts, and she worked her butt off. And fortunately for me, the work that I was doing on the college campus, as well as in college athletics, was important, but it wasn't as important as the touch that you guys provided to take theory and put it into practice, and it worked. And so we've been doing this for years, years. Everywhere we've been, like-minded, like spirit, connected, joined at the hip in that regard, and trying to see young people be successful and succeed, given the opportunities that have been provided, but also to make sure that the resources that needed to be there to help you get there were in place.
Listen, Corey Thomas, you did a lot for me, Miss Brown, and I really appreciate and love you. Like that could be said so many times, because like as I've gotten older and I've worked with young people and I've been in different situations, you don't really understand being a kid, the level of sacrifice and things that adults who really care and want you to do better. You don't understand the whole impact of it. And now I'm in that role that you used to be in for me. So I'm that role for some people. Yeah. So I understand now. I now understand just the selflessness it takes, just the extra effort it takes. So a lot of that has been instilled in me from you guys, from some other mentors that we've had on the show. And, I just want to say thank you, because like I said before, a lot of times when you're helping people, you don't get the monetary end of it. You'll get the rewarding part of seeing somebody succeed.
Yes.
and get more confident in themselves and do things. And it might not come with a big paycheck, but what you guys did, I just can't say it enough. I just want to say thank you. I was hoping, I know Miss Brown, I know I was going to get kind of emotional, because like she really cared and she was really, really there. And if you out there and you really want to help some people and you really looking to put some good spirit and energy into people, man, do it from a good place, because it always felt authentic with Miss Brown and Mr. Brown. It felt genuine. It felt like they really cared. So again, we just want to say thank you, Miss Brown and Mr. Brown. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. when the lights go out, we got two of the most amazing people in the whole world. These is our, before there was Obama and Michelle, that was us. This was us, man. You understand? That was right. That's real talk, man. Like before there was I don't know. I didn't know Obama and Michelle. I knew Mr. Brown and Miss K. Brown, and I knew the work that they were doing for our community. So another powerful show. Check us out. You comment, please show your love, because they deserve it. They deserve it, man. Like, it's just so good to see y'all face. Like, Miss Brown, I want a big hug. Miss Brown and Mr. Brown, I want to hug you. You know what I'm saying? Do the manly dap up, and but it's just really good to
Well, thank you for those accolades. I really appreciate it. And I know for me, and I can probably answer for Kay as well.
Yes.
Just hearing you guys and seeing you guys where you are now, and just to be able to sit here and hear what you're saying about us. I don't think we were doing it for anything other than it needed to be done. And it was a genuine commitment to make a difference. And it felt good. It feels good now to look at you guys and see what you're doing and where you are now, and that you're still engaged and involved. And that was the one thing that I had hoped, as we were in touch moments and experiences with you guys, that you, again, like I used to tell my athletes all the time, pay it forward, get back in the game, and make sure that somebody else has an opportunity like you had. And if whatever form it is that you can use to do that, to make an impact, embrace it and move forward with it and make it happen.
No doubt.
Amazing. it was powerful what he just said. It just needed to be done, Mark. Like there's no other, nothing else behind it. That it just needed to be done. We seen it, and it just has to be done. And more of us need to have that kind of mentality. If we see something's wrong, do something about it. Don't sit on it. Don't wait on it. That was kind of where we got with this show, where we would always talk to each other, but it was like, you know what? We're not waiting any longer. Let's go ahead and do it now, man, because we got something to say. There's young people who listen to us. I come from a single parent home. There's single parent moms out there who need to hear some of this info.
Yeah.
You know, their sons or daughters are about to take a journey that they have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And we got some of the answers to that. So that's why this platform was created. And I'm bringing in the cheat codes. I mean, people pay thousands of dollars for some of the insight that Mr. Brown and Miss Brown are given. And, you know, because of the bridges that we've built, I was able to just reach back to somebody who helped me. And when we on our journeys, man, let's just continue to build these bridges so we can walk back and forth across the bridges and get the info we need to get it to the people that need it. So I just want to thank you again. We love you. We appreciate you. Make results, not excuses. That's what we doing, Mark. Your slogan is everything, Mark. That's Mark's slogan and company is make results, not excuses. So
it
just needs to be done, man.
I got one for you. That experience that I had with you guys helped to actually develop the name Fifth Quarter. I heard you guys talking the other day, and you were talking about that extra something, that spirit, that something that it takes to add to your effort. You know, what is it that you just can't, you know, you don't really have a name for it. You don't know what to call it, but you know when you see it, you know when you have to expend it, you know when it makes a difference when you put that extra whatever it is into it. I call that the fifth quarter. And I base it on the fact that it's sort of like a game. Basketball, you got 4 quarters. In high school, football, you got 4 quarters. And yeah, there's an overtime. But, you know, at some point along the way in that game, in that competition, you got to bring it. You got to bring that something extra. You got to put the work and effort and energy into it. You got to do the development that it takes. And then when it's time to push that button to go in the fifth quarter mode, where you can come out with some measure of success, or at least be satisfied with the initiative and the effort that you put forth, that's when you feel good about what you're doing. So fifth quarter is a derivative of that, something that we just couldn't put our finger on to call. This is what it is. So that's where the name of the company came from. And we've got like 4 divisions, but you know, my heart has always been with the education and the youth development and the sports. But we've done some other things throughout the region. For example, at one point, we had a contract with the Pittsburgh Public Schools during the time that they were having problems with testing. Students weren't achieving at a certain level. We wound up with the biggest contract they've ever awarded to a minority firm. It was $1.5 million for like a year to come into the schools and create a tutorial program to supplement in-school teachers and help kids who were struggling with material during the school day rather than after school. So we hired tutors from all the universities across the city and placed them in 86 schools, and we managed them. And the result was success. The performance moved up in that year period of time. But you know, Pittsburgh, we can do this ourselves. We don't need one of y'all. We got it. So the contract ended, but it served as a proving point for us to say, okay, we know what learning is, we know what achievement is, but you got to motivate kids. You got to get the kids. You got to have that hands-on, that you got to have those touch points. And if teachers are in the room standing in front of class lecturing and you're not reaching me, I need somebody else to do that. And that supplemental instruction is what we provided in that forum and platform. We're probably going to get back to doing some of that, especially now after COVID and kids having missed school and the achievement levels being so low, and you know, schools trying to come up with solutions to address the performance issues. But That's something that I know is needed. And again, it's not really about the money as much as it is about the need and what needs to happen. And so we're going to invest some time and energy into it. If the money comes, cool. If it doesn't, we still want to try to make a difference in that regard.
Right.
Well, we are here. Mark's here. I'm here. We got a lot of other people who are willing to put forth the effort. You know, when the big dog call, when the king called, man, like Transformer and Voltron, man, we start assembling, man. So when you make the call and you want it done, listen, we start to form up, and because you got some soldiers out here who really putting in work, who doing it the right way, who really trying. So you know, we out here, and any way, you know, we can support, we can help. You know, you call us and we there. Up on the screen, Miss Brown is it your granddaughter?
Yes.
That's her website.
Company.
And that's her website, and they have a lot of events coming up. I mean, there was an organization that just gave her nonprofit $80,000.
Oh yeah.
They just wrote a check and gave it to her organization, her and Khalil, her partner, and they're just doing it. She's only they're only 21. Are they 20? I think they're 21 right now. But these are some young people that's really doing it here in Pittsburgh. They have this one is a black tie event that they're going to be doing. And the last time they did it, you know, they autographed their books that they wrote.
Okay.
These young people, young African-American queens and kings that are really doing it up. And I'm so proud of her. You know, I'm proud of my daughter who she's an entrepreneur. She has a store, Brown Sugar, on in Garfield, Penn Avenue. She has a storefront. And then I have the other, Tara is a caterer. You know, and I'm just in awe of what the young people are doing now. You know, we have some queens and kings that are growing up as well. You know, some of the ministry people that we worked with. We have preachers, and have y'all heard of Travis Malloy? Travis Malloy is doing great things right now in the gospel arena. And we're just excited about the young people that we've been able to work with, you know.
Right.
But Del Rico, I wanted to ask you and Marcus, were you the group that went to Detroit to see Barry play football? Were y'all okay? Y'all were with that group too?
Because that's
by his house. The bus driver drove us by his house.
Yeah, because you like back then.
That was unreal.
Yeah, that's when we found out that y'all had connections to Barry Sanders. And we like, yo, who are these people, man? They know Barry Sanders?
You know what, Del Rico? Let me tell you something. Barry Sanders used to hide out at our house in Stillwater, Oklahoma, because he was running from the news people because he was up for the Heisman Trophy.
Wow.
He was playing on the floor with my kids at the time. Watching TV, eating our fried chicken, and wanting me to make him some chocolate chip cookies.
Barry Sanders, man. Do y'all hear that, man? So like your kids, man, it could be Barry Sanders, man. All you gotta do is eat Miss Brown's chocolate chip cookies, and you in there. You get them cookies, boy. Now you get them cookies in you. Now your ankles is flexible. Now you can make all these cuts, man. So
that's too funny, you know.
That was just.
But you know, the same thing occurred with all of our athletes came out of Pitt, and I'm not just talking football players. I'm talking basketball. I'm talking track.
Right.
I mean, we've had Olympians. You know, just kids that were on that campus had no clue walking in the door what it was that they were going to become, what the limits were going to be, if there were any athletically to their performance and their careers. A lot of them walked in the door with aspirations of making it to the next level. My job was to make sure that, you know, we help facilitate those dreams, but also to have them be realistic.
Right.
The only thing that they're giving out of that university that has value is a degree.
Right.
But that paper because when it's all said and done, 20 years from now, you're gonna have to lean on that at some point. Now, you go out and make millions of dollars, and you can take care of yourself in that regard. Cool, but at the end of the day, that paper is what's important. And when I think about the young kids now, I'm not sure how serious they've been focused on that next opportunity. I mean, I've got a grandson here right now that was all city as a junior playing guard. He's 6'2", 220. He played guard. I'm like, you're a linebacker. Why are you playing guard? But, he's a beast. Right. And I'm looking at him. I don't want to tell him that. I'm like, dude, you need to keep working. You need to keep working hard. They're not going to give it to you. You keep working, and putting in that extra effort. But at the same time, I'm looking at him going, dude, oh my goodness, you just almost took his head off. This dude's 300 pounds. You just slung him like he was. So I got to keep it tempered. But at the same time, he's looking at me and he's going, do you think I'm good enough to go play college ball?
He sure did say that.
I'm like, yeah, you could probably go now, but I'm not going to tell you that. But,
right.
It's that kind of motivation, being on that college campus and working with all those athletes. That was huge. Mm-hmm. And I did it at Oklahoma State. I can't tell you the number of Hall of Famers, All Pros, collegiate All-Americans, national champions that I've worked with one-on-one in the experience, and not 1 second of energy was lost because I know that I had their attention and they knew that I had their back. We're talking about predominantly white institutions.
Right.
The exploited nature of college athletics. Everybody's making money but the athletes. And they're worried about whether or not they can take $20, from a booster to go and get a burger, when, coach is sitting at the crib, got $1 million contract.
Right.
And it's like, how do we level that playing field? Well, it's starting to happen now with this name, image, and likeness stuff. And so that's another area that we're going to try to get into with our young kids, is to help them understand the value of their athletic exploits and the talent that they have. Learn how to exploit the system. Don't let this system exploit you.
Yeah, I know my brother Madi Williams put up today, Twitter announced that they're going in that same lane where players could get paid for their likenesses and their post on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, so that's a whole new lane and angle that we got to get familiar with so that our kids can put some money in their pocket. Because I know what it was like to be on full scholarship and be broke. Yeah. I know what that's like. That shit not be happening when I could look up in the stands and see some little kids with my jersey on. Like
you get
this,
a nickel out of it.
Yeah, and I can't get that old stale pizza at night. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, you can't even call somebody who's connected to the university. I should be able to call my head coach and say I need $20 for a pizza. Like that's outrageous that I can't do that. Like outrageous. So when to piggyback after Dr. Brown, we created this platform so that the same energy that you putting into the sports, the same effort and the hard work and dedication, that we want you to transfer that into life, even before the sport is over. Like, we got to start preparing. When the lights go out, I'm already ready when the lights go out.
There you go.
Before 2, 3, 4, 5 years before my career ends, because I don't know when it's going to be over, I'm already ready. I got things set up. I got things in place. Because if nobody knows Antoine Walker, please Google him and go read his story and learn the story of how much money he made and how much money he lost. Hundreds of millions of dollars gone. Mm-hmm. And from not being prepared when sports is, when you're still playing the sport, and wait until it's over to say, all right, I got this money, now I'm going to go ahead and do something. But it's too late. It's really too late. So what Dr. Brown is saying is super important. But we just got to, certain things we got to, our skill set. And I was teaching a class earlier, and we talking about transferable skills. And some of these things are just some things are just go from one place to another. The hard work, the dedication, the sacrifice, those are things you take in every arena you go. So
Right.
and I've learned it from you guys. I mean, y'all instilled that in me 10, 11, 12 years old. So it's kind of the same things that, I kind of hold dear to my heart today. And I know Mark is kind of the same way.
Can I say something real quick? Ron, I really want Ron to tell you about the class that he's about to start teaching. Ron, are you going to share that? I'm so proud of my husband right now.
Oh, that's too funny. I just got signed the contract to go back to Pitt and go into the classroom in Africana Studies, and I'll be teaching a course called The African American Experience in Sports. And so it'll chronicle the history of blacks in sports in America from the slavery days up through contemporary times, social justice issues that athletes had to tackle, and at the same time, those exploits and those opportunities they took advantage of to reach certain heights, and some of the premier sports, as well as some of those obscure sports that you don't really hear about. So I'm excited about the class. I actually designed the class some years ago when I was left Pitt, and just didn't get a chance to get back into the classroom because I went down to Alabama State and started working on athletics down there. But HBCU is a totally different experience than what I was dealing with at Pitt and at Oklahoma State. But, had to go and make a mark in that arena as well. But the exploits of historically black colleges and universities and the history of sport in that arena is also included in the course. So, yeah, it's exciting. I'm thrilled as heck about it, and it's one that we'll probably wind up in the middle of writing a couple of books. We'll probably use some of that material until I get it finalized, and it'll become a textbook. And we'll see what happens.
Hey, Mr. Brown. Hey, Mr. Brown, we excited for you, and I'm putting in my bid. Either I'm going to be a teacher's assistant or I'm taking the class. One of the two, but I'm getting involved in this thing, man. So you need a TA, I'm on call, man. I'm going to be in Pittsburgh, and I keep seeing this hell to Pitt stuff. No, it's not hell to Pitt. I'm from Rutgers, so stop saying hell to Pitt.
I hear you.
Hey, Dr. Brown. I don't gotta tell you.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
I'll put it. Hey, Dr. Brown. I normally put it on during the show, but I won't do it today. But
you know what? I'm an Oklahoma State guy.
Okay.
My undergrad was at Oklahoma City University, so
okay.
I don't have any allegiance one way or the other. Number one, all you guys that went to school, I don't care if it was at Slippery Rock, if it was at Indiana IUP, if it was at Rutgers, if it was at Pitt, the fact that you actually got a chance to go and get that paper, because at the end of the day, when it says BS on that degree, it doesn't matter where it's from.
Right.
Okay. And getting that paper is huge. That's huge. But the opportunity to play at the next level from high school, man, you'll be talking about that experience for years. That's why you still got the gear up. You got some. You might have sweats. I was going to ask you about your undergarments, but I guess you probably threw those away.
Hey, listen. Hey, Ben Tate, stop it, man. The helmet fits, man. The helmet still fits, man. But Dr. Brown, what you're saying is 100%. We make a joke because a lot of us now have actually went on to the schools and got the degrees. So it's a thing where we just take little pie shots at each other. But I'm proud of Marcus. I'm proud of Damon. I'm proud of all my brothers who went on and tried something, who done more. And it don't always have to be college if you striving for more, because Billy D, who was on the screen before this, he worked harder than everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. And there's different ways to go about that. There's trades, there's all kind of stuff. So it's just about, like you said, furthering yourself and bettering yourself and furthering that education and just wanting more and trying to do more. What's up, Joseph Brown? That's my Philly people checking in. I appreciate you, my brother. But yeah, like we just like your wife, we excited about the class. any way we could support, any way we could get involved. Mr. Brown, look who's on the screen right here, Mr. Brown. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Look at this name.
Oh my goodness. Big Mark.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a good old Rutgers guy too, Mr. Brown.
I don't understand. That's my guy.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Mark. I always rep Mark. Mark Peterson. I always rep the R, brother.
That is my guy. He Rutgers. You cut that dude open, he bleed red.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going to have a little bit of the Raritan River spill out his body, man.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
But yeah, shout out to Mark because he was actually going to be the other guest on the show, but fatherhood called. Fatherhood called, and he had to handle his business for baseball today. But Mark, man, I appreciate you. I love you because he really helped me out when I was at Rutgers. Another powerful brother who stands 6'10", and he was really nice guy. And when you first meet him, coming from where I'm coming from, I'm like, he kind of soft, and there wasn't nothing soft about my brother Mark. Man, he gave me a little nickname. But when I got into some issues up at Rutgers, he was somebody I could call on. He was somebody who was in my corner, who supported me. So shout out to my brother Mark Peterson, man, a real one. Brandy, what's up, Miss Brandy? Thank you for checking in. I hope that young baby girl, because she's getting up there, and I hope she's doing really well. So shout out to Brandy. But Mark, I appreciate you, man. I wish you was on here so I could give you flowers as well, because you mean a lot to me in my journey. But we got Dr. Brown. We got Miss K Brown on the show in the stadium when the lights go out, dropping gems. We were sharing some of the stories, some of the past, some of the places that they took us. Mark, man, I could go on, Mark. So you gotta take the mic from me, brother.
Bro, you said it all, man. Ain't much I can say. They know what they know what they did, man. I think Dave Tate inboxed me and Del Rico earlier, and he had a heartfelt message too. He said, that he, the things that you guys showed him and did for him, he's doing it now in North Carolina with kids in his community. So, he took the hat off to you guys, and there's not much else to say, man. They're the goats, man. They legends. Like you said, there's no monetary gift in it. The best thing that you get out of it is just knowing that you're seeing the kids that you helped grow into adults, and they're doing the same thing that you guys did, and that's giving back to their community. So we love you guys. Anything that I'm here in Pittsburgh, I'm working with a organization, Small Seeds, with single parent moms as well, with young boys. So if anything I can do to help, please reach out to me and Del Rico. He's only a few hours away, and he'll hit the highway quick. So, we love you guys, and I appreciate y'all. Thank you for doing everything.
On the screen is a comment from you guys, children, and sometimes as kids, we may recognize how hard our parents work and what they do for us, but when other people kind of throw flowers on their feet and thank you, then they start to get it. But they're grown, so I know they understand what y'all have done, the sacrifices y'all made, the time and effort. But your sisters, y'all got a big family, man. Your brother is on the screen. You got about 500 other brothers that I know about, and probably about 5,000 more who just roaming these streets. So we out here, and the king and the queen has called us back, and we back to help any way we can. Mr. Brown, Miss Brown, if, like Mark said, if we could be assistance any way, if we could help, if we could do anything, man, to continue to build this bridge with each other, because I'm not losing contact with you guys. Are you gonna hear from me often? She said, "Hey, brothers, yeah, sis."
But you know what? When they were with us, their daughters were right there with us, man.
They were.
And we playing basketball. They were right there with us, man.
I got to tell y'all something funny. because I think my girls like adopted Corey Thomas. Corey used to be at my house 24/7 with us. And Zelaine. Y'all remember Zelaine?
Who?
Zelaine. I don't remember that
Zelaine.
name.
Z-A. You know, she might have been a little bit younger than y'all. Zelaine. Z-A-L-A-Y-N. She calls me auntie.
Okay.
So every time she sings, she's from Braddock. She lives in Braddock. So
what's her last name?
Thomas. It was Zelaine Thomas, Miss Rose Thomas's granddaughter.
I know that. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Here it go.
Zelaine Thomas. Yeah, and yeah.
Yeah. See, they put it out there. People, people on it.
Mike's parents were always working with me, and I was working with them in different projects that they had as well. I remember. And I'm just so excited. But yeah, the girls were always with us. They had to do their homework at Rankin. We were helping them do their homework as well. But I remember from a long time ago are we running out of time? We probably are, aren't we? But I remember a long time ago when my husband was the head basketball coach at Northern Oklahoma Junior College. Okay. He was the head basketball coach. John Starks was his first, Ron was John Starks' first college coach. And I remember the whole basketball team being at my dining room table, not only eating, but we were helping them study as well. So they were doing we were doing study time with them. And I'm going to tell you about, about 5 years ago, Ron, they all started coming together, and all his teams came together, met in Oklahoma City, and we all went back for like a reunion. And now they do it. Well, COVID shut us down last year, but every other year now, every member of his basketball team, they meet in Oklahoma City, and they just have a good time. And it's just so awesome, the flowers that they have given him, because Ron was not only the coach, he was the bus driver too. And I was the only cheerleader for the whole team with my little children, little girls right here, So we have been in this game for a long time, working with young people, but we always made sure that, the education was there first. So I thank God for him. And I do have to say this, because this year we'll be celebrating our 40th year anniversary. Woo! Yes, we've been together for 40 years. And I just thank God for him.
Hearts in the comments. Put them hearts in the comments, people.
But you know what, man? That's a true representation of Black love, for one. And just to see y'all set example for so many of us as youngsters. I grew up in a 2-parent household. I seen that as well, but seeing it in YouTube and seeing it in YouTube still to this day, that's amazing. Just how you support your husband. You speak to him. You speak about him as if y'all just started dating. So that's amazing, Brown. And he look at him smiling. He's like, "What? My baby."
We still have that thing where one of us could be thinking about the other one, and we'll call each other. It's still that. That's amazing. Nothing but the Lord, and I thank God. And I thank God that, we put him first. And then what made the relationship great, though, was the communication that we have between us. We communicate, we talk. And, with any relationship, and this is something that all of you should know, with any kind of relationship that you're in, even if you're at work, relationship with your coworkers or whatever, it's going to take communication to make those relationships survive or to grow. So I know right now, my parents, when they met my husband, they told me, this is what my parents said to me after they got to know him. They said, I know that if anything happened between you and Ron, that it's going to be your fault. This is what my parents told me, how I felt. So I knew right then I had to make this thing right, and I had to learn how to communicate, and I had to learn how to love my husband. But first I had to love myself first, and then follow what God had me doing. So again, it was so easy to work with you young people. Y'all were young, y'all grown now, y'all old men now. But then
hey, I still wear hey, I still got my hairline, Miss Brown.
I turned 40 this summer, so y'all must be
how old? How old are you?
I'm 40. Darico just turned 50.
Oh.
So that would make me like real young, being out in Woodland Hills, boy.
No, Mark is lying. Mark just got held back 4 times. he got held back.
Guys.
He said I'm 50. Hey. Miss Brown, I'm 42 years old.
No,
Miss Brown.
42, Miss Brown. Miss Brown,
if over 25.
He don't, and listen, and he can still go out and compete with these 25-year-olds and probably do dirt. So
them days over. Hey, Mr. Brown, I know the reality. Them days over. You tackle me, I'm calling the police.
I'm hacking. I'm following
you tackle me. Listen, I work with young people now doing training. You should see me after training sessions. Oh my God. It feels like I just got hit by a Mack truck, man. But no, it's a refreshing feeling. It is a good thing because when you're working with young people, you kind of stay young. You start using younger lingo. You got to find energy. So you eat different. So I'm eating well. So everything is pretty good, man. And listen, every Thursday, 8 p.m., you better tell a friend and tell a friend there is real gems being dropped on this show. We got 2 of the most amazing people. This is the real life Obama and Michelle, not the one y'all seen on TV. This is our one, the one we love, the one that's been there for us from the time we were young till today. So listen, we could go on and on, but usually the show's about an hour. And you know how people's mental status, if it's over 2 minutes long anyway, people floating and off on their own thing. But listen, guys, I really, 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 really appreciate y'all so much. Like, you would get both ends. You would get the manly version of what you got to do, and then you would get the motherly version of she's going to be there and help build you up and be the nurturer, and then send you back over there to Mr. Brown and go get that good loving back up in you. You know, the no holds bars, the real talk. Listen, you guys are amazing. There's so many people that commented that will continue to comment. Listen, everybody share this, please, because there's so many gems that's been dropped. We now know Dr. Brown is going to be back at Pitt, and we all need to enroll in this class. I know they charging an arm and a leg, but we could go fund me or something to get up in this class. And I already told you I'm the teacher's assistant. Hey, Miss Brown, look who's on the screen.
Oh, Tad. You know, that's my pastor. That's our first pastor, Pastor Kelvin Brooks. That's his son. We were at White Lily when we first got here to Pitt. Woohoo! White Lily Baptist Church.
Yeah, it's too bad you came in too late, Tad. But listen, me and Tad, we speak often, Mr. and Mrs. Brown, and that's why I love my brother. He's been like an open book. You know, he was going through some tough times, and I reached out to him, and we've been speaking, and now he's rejuvenated. He's feeling good about himself. He wants to start a basketball league back up in Swissvale. So if you out there and you follow Calvin Brooks on social media, man, get in touch with Calvin Tap Brooks so you can find out what the plan is, what the next step is, so you could possibly help in any capacity. I don't care how it is, man. If you could ref, if you could keep score, if you got balls, if you could bring whistles, if you could be security for our young people to be safe. Wow. Like everybody has something to add to it. So go to his Facebook page, message him, let him know you're gonna be there. Because it's big for him as well. Yeah. He needs to know that he is powerful in our community and he could get things done. And with people behind him backing him.
Chuck Lewis?
Chuck Lewis. Look at that name.
Wait a minute.
Look at that name. Look at them names popping up. Yep. Look at you got your mind rolling now. I told you. If you out there, listen, again, if you out there in Rankin, Braddock, Swissvale, or in the city, and you know Calvin Brooks, man, reach out. Scrap Wilson is having a 3-on-3 tournament in June. I think it's June 26th, and sign up for Calvin's league is that day as well. So get your kids out, man. Support. Get them out the house, get them in front of some men so they can hear men and see men, and then hold these men accountable who you giving, the key to with your young people, man. So we here for you, Tat. Miss Brown asking about you behind the scenes, so I'm happy you checked in. But the only way we do this, man, is we do this together. It's not going to happen, individually. We letting Mr. Brown know that his troopers are here, his soldiers are here. If you need us, all you got to do is call Mr. Brown, and we come running. Miss Brown, if you need us, we running. We running, Queen, King. We running to y'all if y'all need us in any shape, form, or fashion. Every Thursday, check us out, 8 p.m., Facebook Live, YouTube, make results, not excuses. We love you guys. Mark, give us something before we get up out of here, Mark.
Yo, we love y'all. You go to role models right there. Any relationship, they've been in it for 40. Got a long way to go. We love y'all.
Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.
We love y'all. We love y'all. We love y'all. Every Thursday, check us out. Next week, we got another powerful show. Listen, this one next week, it's gonna be a powerful show. And we got a little present because during the 90s, who did you see, Miss Brown?
Nate Darwin. Big Nate.
Yeah, she's seeing people, man. But next week, we're trying to make the show evolve every week. And we grew up in the 90s, and intros were big during the 90s shows, Living Single and Martins and Fresh Prince. So next week, we're going to reveal our intro to When the Lights Go Out. We think it's pretty dope. Spend a little time on it. And it's actually professional, so it won't be no bootleg stuff. But it's heartfelt. It comes from a real place. And come on, Mark. Come on, Mark. It won't be no karaoke machine. But listen, next week, very powerful show. We thank everybody for joining in, commenting. We appreciate you. We love you. When the Lights Go Out, every Thursday, tell a friend to tell a friend. The Browns, our true life Obama, Miss Brown and Mr. Brown, we love you and thank you so much, and we appreciate y'all.
Thanks, guys, again for having us on. Love you.
Love you, and peace. Yeah, please stay on. Don't go off.
Oh, okay.